What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Carnivore Chicks. My name is Patricia, where we talk everything health, fitness, and nutrition. In this video, we're talking estrogen. The CDC has stated that over 44% of women have used hormone supplementation therapy. This means that they had estrogen supplementation. Estrogen is predominantly present in women and is produced by the ovaries, adrenal glands, and fat tissues. For men, it's produced in the fat tissue and the liver. But there are three types of estrogen. There's estrone, estriadiol, and estriol. Estriol is confirmed by a lot of research that it protects against cancer, specifically the cancer-causing effects of estriadiol and estrone. Studies have shown that women who are pregnant that have had high levels of estriol had the lowest risk of breast cancer. And actually, Hispanics and Asian racial groups have tended to have higher levels of estriol and have had the lowest breast cancer risks in women. Women having the right types of estrogen prevents risk of disease, but women aren't the only ones impacted by estrogen. Men are too. Studies have shown that men with too much estrogen tend to have lower levels of testosterone. Urology Times reviews data that states testosterone deficiency impacts 10 to 40% of adult males and that over the years, T levels have declined steadily. Males having low testosterone levels have risks to having two or more chronic conditions like arthritis, cardiovascular disease, depression, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, and stroke. It's not that declining T levels causes these diseases, but it's more prevalent in men that have them. With all the information about how women need estrogen and men need less of it, we're going to break down whether or not we actually need more estrogen and, spoiler alert, go over how to reduce excess estrogen. So before I get started, let's crush that YouTube algorithm and smash the like button. It helps out our channel a lot by getting our video recommended to new viewers. And to thank you for smashing the like button, I'll stop messing around and just get right into it. With all the options for women taking estrogen or men taking estrogen-reducing drugs, do we even need them? The world we live in is filled with first-world luxuries like storing food for days or years, candles to make rooms smell good, perfumes, colognes, to mass body odor, and delicious foods that are filled with soy, and sprays that make our foods grow bigger and even have less bacteria or viruses. But with all these things that can provide us with the luxurious way of living, they also pose threats to our bodies. In fact, everything we just listed increases estrogen in men and women and prevents the natural production of estrogen. Seriously, guys, if you just start doing Google research into how many things we use in our daily lives and how many of them contain things that messes with our hormones, you'd be amazed, like mind blown. It's like in everything. Now, for women, having an increase in estrogen isn't necessarily a good thing. First, it doesn't mean that we're increasing the right amount of estrogen and preventing the natural production of it. It just deepens the problem of abnormal estrogen levels that are already a problem. So what we want to do is reduce the estrogen mimicking that causes excess bad estrogen and allow our body to increase it naturally instead. The first thing we need to do is to reduce our exposure to plastics. Plastics are filled with phthalates. These compounds make plastics more flexible and durable, but they are also known to mimic estrogen. Phthalates are in vinyl flooring, soaps, shampoo, hairspray, sodas, detergent, toys, pharmaceuticals, you name it, they're in it. One of the easiest ways they are consumed is by drinking out of plastic bottles. So switch over to glass and at the very least to stainless steels. But phthalates don't just mimic estrogen. They can also damage the liver, kidneys, lungs, and our reproductive systems. While we're on the topic of plastic, we should also avoid bisphenol A, or in other words, BPA. You might recognize BPA by seeing plastics say BPA free, but BPA is in much more items than just plastics. It lines canned products, it's on newspapers and receipts at the store.
Receipts!
In animal studies on turtles, BPA has been shown to transform males into females. That's because BPA is highly estrogenic. It's speculated that excess BPA is a driver into feminine features on men. In fact, reports say that over 90% of Americans have more BPA in their system than they even need. So the best option would be to wash your hands after handling paper and to limit canned ingredients along with getting BPA-free items. But while we're on the topic of chemicals, the next item we would have to avoid are unnecessary chemicals. This goes for parabens, pesticides, preservatives, and other unnecessary ingredients in foods. Parabens are those smells we get on personal care products or scents to make homes and cars smell good. While they can mask gross smells, they are an endocrine disruptor and mimic estrogen. This can potentially result in lower T in men. Some common parabens are butylparaben, methylparaben, or propylparaben. Start using natural products to get started. We'll link some in the description box below. But before we close out the chemical section, we should also just plain use at least very organic foods, grass-fed meats, and less processed foods. Not all organic labels are equal. Some organic labels still include non-organic ingredients, so it's important to do research on some of them because labels 98% of the time are no good. The processed ingredients and pesticides have estrogenic chemicals that yet again mimic estrogen or increase levels abnormally. The synthetic ingredients are a big reason why grass-fed meats that are also organic are preferred. Non-grass-fed meats are pumped with synthetic hormones like estrogen to make them fatter and other hormones to make them more muscular. Now that we're getting real deep into the weeds of things, let's go with probably the easiest one to accomplish, but an important one that goes even further than just reducing excess estrogen, and that's getting a water filter. Tap water is loaded with things like estrogen, rocket fuel, bromide, fluorine, and chlorine. BPA, phthalates, arsenic, charcoal, and a lot of other terrible things. Bottled water is filled with fluoride, and folks, we don't need any of this. These chemicals interfere with our endocrine system and causes hormonal imbalances. So with these simple tips, we can reduce excess estrogen, but what are some ways to make sure our hormones are functioning optimally? It starts with improving our gut health. Our gut has a flora that regulates the amount of good bacteria and bad bacteria, but our gut also can regulate estrogen molecules. With poor gut health, it cannot move out excess estrogen quick enough. As a result, it just stays in our body. So to improve gut health, we need to remove gut-destroying foods. This goes for plants with excess toxins, alcohol, processed sugars, and processed grains. Remove all these foods and eat a bioavailable, nutrient-dense diet from animal foods and even some fruits. With that being said, we hope you guys like this video. Please don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to our channel as it helps get this content recommended to new audiences. If you haven't already, please check us out on Instagram where we post there pretty much every day. So see you guys next time and keep it rebellious.